Oh, sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This
will allow me to retort. Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm making sense out of the senseless. And good morning, Gal. Good morning. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. till 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Do you want a kick-ass t-shirt? Well, it's simple. Just go to Reaver.one and hit the shop button. There's a lot to choose from. A lot. Huge selection. Well, I made it through my birthday. I'm alive. And I'm doing good. And how about you, ma'am? How are you doing? I made it through my birthday alive and in one piece. Didn't even notice. So, there's some polls that are being done. Yes, I got your birthday greeting, and I very much appreciate it. Very much. The polls on whether what the people think of this Russian hacking. 59% of voters believe the hacking, if it took place, didn't make a difference. Basically, 60%. That's a supermajority at that point. %60 said it didn't do anything. Now, in the poll, 32% think Russia did help Trump. So 32% are flipping idiots that just are lemmings. And then 1% said the cyber attacks aided Clinton. Those are the ones that really need help. People, this is bullshit. I'm calling evil shenanigans on it. Evil shenanigans. Now, in the poll, and this doesn't mean Trump's wrong, right, or indifferent. They don't agree with Trump's mistrust of the CIA. 67% have confidence in the agency. Doesn't mean they believe everything. So I hate when they media type do that. Well, you know, no, that doesn't correlate. You're making an assumption without any facts. Now, there's a large margin that say Trump's too cozy with Russia. I say, whatever. I don't want another Cold War starting. He's not giving up property. He's not even in office yet. You don't know how he's going to act with them. He's not going to let Russia run shot all over the world. Get your heads out of the ass and stop being lemmings. It's the election is done with. What is it? Monday, I think it is, the electoral votes. Yeah, Monday, and this will be done. I can't wait for it to be done and over with. Now, it's, you know, the liberals are still going to be crying and carrying on and trying to figure out how they can take the presidency from Trump. That's all they're doing. It has nothing to do with whether they think he's qualified, unqualified. They're trying to figure out how they can win this after losing. That's all. Give it up. You lost. I keep saying, they just need to step back, take a deep breath, take the butt plug out, calm down, look at really why they lost, and then go from there. So, this one, that really caught my attention. The CIA is so sure that there was hacking involved in all that. Well, according to an anonymous source. Well, CIA hasn't said squat to the House Intelligence Committee brief. In fact, the CIA canceled a House Intelligence Committee briefing on the alleged Russian interference in the U.S. election. The CIA had to cancel without reason. Without enough, never done before, they cancel. And one representative from the Republican side, Representative King, all we've heard from the intelligence community over the last several months is that they could not say that there was any attempt to undermine Hillary Clinton or help Donald Trump. The consensus was that there was an attempt by Russians to put a cloud over the elections to create disunity. Well, that is what's happening right now, but it's the intelligence community that's doing it. And he's so right on that. It's not Russia. And you know what? I'm not even going to blame the intelligence community. Because I don't think there's any CIA person. The Democrats are making it up. They're passing it along to their little patsies, their little bitches, the mainstream media, and saying, here you go, here's a little story for you. Go ahead, be a good little bitch and report on it. And that's what they're doing. There is no source. Because they know that really the CIA, what's their famous line? We can neither confirm nor deny any existence. And that's the game that these Democrats play. The same thing they did with the electoral. They went out there and said these electoral needs to get an intelligent briefing on the Russian hacking of the proof we have. Knowing full well they can't have any intelligent briefings. The CIA can't even really confirm whether they have information or not. And this is what people are biting into mindlessly. They canceled this briefing, and this is where the Representative King has a problem. He says someone has the time to leak it to Washington Post and the New York Times, but they don't have time to come to Congress. It's their job to come. They don't have any choice. They have to come in, especially when they have created this. I would not put it past this administration now. They canceled the meeting because whoever was going was refusing to toe the line for the administration. Because the administration is playing both sides here. They've been publicly coming out and saying there's no hacking, and then they toe the Russia line. And this bullshit of there's proof from the CIA, King, who sits on the Intelligence Committee, has said that they have not received any assessment from the CIA that Russia interfered. None. I don't buy the anonymous source because all it takes is just someone to go, oh, let's create this story to back up our bullshit. Okay, call the Washington Post. Say you are a CIA member and you can't tell them who you are, and give them this bullshit story. They'll get all wet in the pants and run with it. It will look good. And just people like, oh, I read it in the paper. It must be true. Well, I read it in the paper that aliens have taken over the body of the king and queen of England. So it must be true. Oh, it's... I can't believe people are this gullible. I know there's always that small faction. But the amount that's actually buying into this whole Russia bullshit is mind-numbing. I have said, with the Obama wins, do I think there was some shenanigans pulled? Yeah, I think there's shenanigans pulled within the elections. Do I think that's 100% why we lost? No. We put up shit candidates. I think we had a candidate that gave up. And that'd be Romney. I'm not worried about it. There's always time to fight. Hillary scared the shit out of me, yes. Do I think she was going to end some of our freedoms? Yes. She even said so. Or I should say she was going to attempt to. But to go so far as to whine and cry like the liberals have, it's borderline, well, it's hysterical, borderline mental illness. to go on with this. I'm so sick of this Russia thing. Russia, Russia, Russia. Russia, Russia, Russia. Racist. Russia, Russia, Russia. Unqualified. Russia, Russia, Russia. White supremacists. Now, what do they do? Have one of those little, remember the 8 balls? The magical 8 ball? What do they have, like a Democrat one? They shake it up, and what excuse are we going to use today? Racist. All right, let's shake it up. What are we going to use today? White supremacists. Oh my God, we now have celebrities doing commercial begging electorals to change their decision because they fucking lost. Seriously. I'm running out of shows to watch and movies to watch because these idiots. Because I can't be a part of their idiocy. Ooh. So Trump has come out and asked if Russia or some other entity was hacking. Why did the White House wait so long to act? Why did they only complain after Hillary lost? That's a good question. That is a good question. Why they're trying to just, save face and delegitimize Trump. Oh. Tom Wheeler, chairman of the U.S. Federal Communications Commission, said he will step down on January 20th, which will then hand the Republicans a 2-1 majority on the panel when Donald Trump takes office as president. And that is going to be a great thing. Cal just put into the chat room that she saw on Twitter. It says, better grab your dumbrella. It's really stupid out there today. Thank you. That made my day. Let's see, what actors are in this? So we got B.D. Wong, Martin Sheen, Deborah Messing, Richard Scheif, and Bob Odenkirk. Let me play this. Then we're going to go to break.
Republican members of the...
Hang on, actually. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, I'm going to play this, and it should be loads of fun. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back. Whoops, wrong one. I did that on purpose. Yeah, that's the key.
listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, at Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying half of the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm making sense out of the senseless. Sometimes I should say. It's a daunting task. It really is. I'm going to get to that video in one second. This whole idea of Russian hacking, it really is almost comical. It shows how sad these people are. They can't take a loss. They really can't. They've been told they're winners. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And what's scary is it's even adults that know better. Now, in this video, it's from a multi-bipartisan group. This is not for Hillary. But it's a bunch of goddamn Hillary supporters, these celebrities, that supported her and did PSAs during her election. Well, during the election period. So to say this is bipartisan is a bunch of bullshit. It's a bunch of celebrities that aren't getting what they want, and they're used to it, and they don't know how to handle it. So here's that PSA that's a friggin' joke.
Republican members of the Electoral College,
Oh, and wait, I had to stop it because you got Martin Sheen standing there, and as he starts talking, he has to put on a pair of glasses to make him look smarter. And remember, everybody, Martin Sheen and one of the other guys, Schiff, they were on the West Wing. They know about government better than us.
Republican members of the Electoral College, this message is for you. As you know, our founding fathers built the Electoral College to safeguard the American people from the dangers of a demagogue and to ensure that the presidency only goes to someone who is to an eminent degree endowed with the requisite qualifications.
An eminent degree. Someone who is highly qualified for the job.
The Electoral College was created specifically to prevent an unfit candidate from becoming president.
There are 538 members of the Electoral College. You
and just 36 other conscientious Republican electors could make a difference.
By voting your conscience on December 19th.
And thereby shaping the future of our nation.
I'm not asking you to vote for Hillary Clinton.
I'm not asking you to vote for Hillary Clinton.
I'm not asking you to vote for Hillary Clinton.
As you know, the Constitution gives electors the right to vote for any eligible person.
Any eligible person, no matter which party they belong to.
But it should certainly be someone you consider especially competent.
Especially competent to serve as President of the United States of America.
By voting your conscience, you and other brave Republican electors can give
now they love the Republicans
the option to select a qualified candidate for the presidency.
I stand with you.
I stand with you.
I stand with you.
I stand with you in support and solidarity with conservatives, independents, and liberals.
And all citizens of the United States.
The American people trust that your voice speaks for us all.
And that you will make yourself heard through the constitutional responsibility granted to you.
Now Democrats
by
care about the
Alexander
Constitution.
Hamilton himself.
What is evident is that Donald Trump lacks more than the qualifications to be president.
He lacks the necessary stability.
And clearly the respect for the Constitution of our great nation.
You have the position,
The authority,
and the opportunity to go down in the books as an American hero.
Who changed the course of history.
and you have my respect.
You have my respect.
You have my respect.
for your patriotism.
I don't give a shit about your
The
respect.
American people. Unite for America.
I don't give a shit about your respect. I got it. I'm going to read it again, and I would love it for these idiots to actually hear this. Because these idiots think they're smarter than us. They know more than us. So they got to come forward and tell us what to do. And we're not asking you to vote Hillary. Yeah, it's a bunch of Hillary voters that's got their fucking pussies in an uproar. Oh, Jesus Christ, shut the hell up. Now I'm going to read this letter again. This was meant prior to the election. Dear Hollywood celebrities, you exist for my entertainment. Shut your pie hole. Some of you are great eye candy. Some of you can deliver a line with such convictions that you bring tears to my eyes. Some of you can scare the crap out of me. Others make me laugh. But you all have one thing in common. You only have a place in my world to entertain me. That is it. You make your living pretending to be someone else, playing dress up like a 6-year-old. You live in a make-believe world in front of a camera, and often when you are away from one, too. Your entire existence depends on my patronage. I'll crank the organ grinder, you dance. I don't really care where you stand on issues. Honestly, your stance matters far less to me than that of my neighbor. You see, you are not real. I turn off my TV or shut down my computer, and you cease to exist in my world. Once I am done with you, I can put you back in your little box until I want you to entertain me again. I don't care that you don't like Mr. Trump, but I bet you look cute saying it. Get back into your bubble. I'll let you know when I'm in the mood for something blue and shiny, and I'm also supposed to care that you'll leave this great country. As we could see, none of them kept to that promise. Please don't forget the door as you leave. I'm tired of the whining and the crying. You're here to entertain, not try to tell me what's best for me. And these little maggots sitting there going on and on and on. Well, no. You'll never have respect for Republicans because in your little friggin' make-believe world, Republicans are evil. I notice you all live in this world where things are given free, security around you, and gated communities. Well, that's not the real world, dumbass. I don't even know where to begin. I don't. What you need to do is just shut up. Go do a movie. Oh, I'm checking something real quick. There's a new movie coming out. Miss Sloan, it's an anti-gun movie. And from what I've heard, the pre-releases already are bombing. Yeah, so far, it got released November 11th, November 25th in the United States. Cost $13 million to make it. And it's made $2.4 million. Yeah, the United States really wants gun control. And it's already had a release. No, it did not. I'll stop right there. I guess this isn't going to be the huge film that they thought it was going to be. It's turning into be a big stink. These Hollywood types, these elitists, don't understand what the real world is about and what we want. We're not going to listen to the Hollywood types. And I'm pretty sure when I hear the rhetoric, I'm going to go the other way. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. Oh, I'm looking at it, and John Lithgow's in it. Allison Pill, Jessica Chastain, Mark Strong. Really don't see anything majorly jumping out at me, Cal. But it was supposed to be this huge film. I forget which. There was some director that promised he was going to make a gun control movie, an anti-gun movie that would change the minds of all Americans. Yeah. About that. Yeah, that pretty much says it all. Definitely. I'm so sick of these celebrities. It really is. They're not in this world. This fake news shit. CNN and MSNBC are just getting hammered. I should say left-leaning. Most of your left-leaning, they're getting hammered by them. Now, this is scary because British Muslims are gathering in show of strength to demand a caliphate. And that's what we have going here. But we keep going, no, that don't happen. No. No. That don't happen. Fucking head. Ooh. The NFL moves on from Pink October. Teams can choose cancer charity. No more players going out there in pink. I don't get to see a bunch of guys running out there in pink. And this actually is a little bit better because there is multiple types of cancer. And the NFL just, it was for breast cancer awareness. they were doing it. So now the teams will be able to pick which cancer they want to help, and they can dedicate, time to that. And I agree with the assessment. It says, and last but not least, who wants to see a 325-pound lineman wearing pink? Really, that's the first thing I thought. The manly man's sport, and they're wearing pink. You get these big, burly men running out on the field. I'm going to beat the shit out of other men, and I'm wearing pink. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our Gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's Bigfooted enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cow for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. Welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of senseless. And out of the corner of my eye, I see fuckhead Lindsey Graham talking, and he says we have to go after Russia immediately. I know we have Lindsey Graham and McCain. They've been backing Democrats for over a year now. I know they've been sellouts for over a year now. But oh my God, that guy is a freaking warmonger. I remember back in the primaries, what do you want to do about education? I want to go into the Middle East and put boots on the ground, boots on the ground, boots on the ground. You didn't explain what you want to do with education. That's going to educate the Middle East that we're not going to take the shit. We're going to put boots on the ground, boots on the ground. All right, what are you going to do about welfare? We're going to put boots on the ground. We are going to fight them wherever they are. We're going to put boots on the ground. That was his answer to everything in the primary. Boots on the ground. Oh, come on. Oh, makes me want to bang my head on the wall. And now he wants us to go after Russia. We have to go after Russia. Why are these politicians, why do they got a hard on that they want to start another war with Russia? Why? Yeah. What the heck was that? Oh, Cuddy. I saw this the other day, and I didn't click on it, and I wanted. Lisa Edelstein, she played Cuddy on the show House. She put out a tweet that Alan Thicke died because he wanted to get away from Trump's presidency. These celebrities are just out there. And They live in their bubble. And they don't know anything outside that bubble. People need to get your head out of the ass. You know what? I loved him as an actor. He was a good actor. And, I mean, I'm not crying, but I was a little sad to hear him go. He died a little bit young. And to die of a heart attack was really, really... but to make that comment is just asinine. That's... They live in this bubble. I forgot. All Canadians are nice. Everything. You beat the shit out of them. Why, thank you. Have a nice day, sir. Thank you for the beating. No, just joking, Cal. Just joking. I don't know. I don't know. It's stupidity of the left. They never learn. They never learn. It's not going to get any better. I know the war is still going on, that the CIA canceled that meeting. And I agree. If you can run your mouth in the media anonymously, you can go to the House. You know, I love you, Cal. I love Canada. I love picking on them, too. Just like we pick on America. Okay, I want to get to the next one because we're going to get into the hoaxing. And this is kind of long, so I'll try to get it through the best I can and the fastest I can. Silicon Valley is actually fighting back against their local government. Their county board supervisor passed a resolution attacking Trump. And it goes on, whereas Donald J. Trump is poised to become the 45th president of the United States of America, now withstanding his loss of the popular vote by 2 million votes. And whereas the president-elect has repeatedly made statements offensive to women, immigrants, religious minority, racially and ethnically minority, veterans, the disabled, LGBTQ community, and the general public. And whereas the president-elect has threatened to create a registry of Muslim Americans to ban all Muslims from entering the country, deport millions of undocumented immigrants, to build a wall on the country's border with Mexico, to impose an ideological test for entry into the country, which we already have one. You got to pledge, and to withhold federal funds from sanctuary cities. Wait a minute, I didn't even read that one earlier. That one just withhold federal funds from sanctuaries. Sanctuary cities are fucking illegal. They break federal law. Whereas the president-elect has promised to repeal federal regulations protecting LGBTQ individuals, to repeal Affordable Care Act, which ensures health coverage for millions of Americans and have taken health care coverage from millions of Americans, to withdraw from the Paris Climate Agreement, and to remove environmental protection put in place by Obama's administration. You mean the ones that he put in without law? Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Supervisors of the County of Santa Clara, State of California, and Santa Clara County unequivocally rejects the politics of fear and hate which has divided our fellow Americans, and be it further resolved that Santa Clara County continues to embrace all people, regardless of skin, color, country of birth, faith, sex, gender, partner, or ability, and be it further resolved that Santa Clara County shall resist any and all efforts to profile undocumented immigrants or report them to the federal government for immigration enforcement. And be it further resolved that Santa Clara County would continue to promote civility, honesty, trustfulness, and mutual respect in all areas of civil and political discord. Be it further resolved that Santa Clara County calls on members of our community to hew to our values as Americans, to be against attacks on those values, to protect one another, to overcome politics of fear and hate, to bridge our divides, to stay informed and engaged, to participate in our great democracy, and to set example for the rest of our nation. Now, what makes this funny is Santa Clara County was the site of one of the worst anti-Trump violence of the entire campaign, where Trump supporters leaving a rally in San Jose in June were beaten, bloodied, chased through the streets in full view of the nation's media. But of course, the San Jose mayor, Sam Licadaro, actually blamed Trump for the violence that the liberals did. This is where, if anybody remembers, there was the woman who was wearing a Trump jersey, was trapped up against the glass door and attacked. This is the same county that is going after Trump that attacked a woman. And they talk about they want to protect women. They didn't protect that woman. Now, this one woman responds. Or one, sorry, not woman, one person. A San Jose resident. It says, Supervisor Cortez proposed resolution responding to the 2016 presidential election is filled with inaccuracy, half-truths that would require several pages to rebut. I wish to make several points, however. It is mentioned, as does the mainstream media unrelenting, that Donald Trump lost the popular vote. But he fails to point out that the Constitution requires a candidate to win the Electoral College. Candidate Clinton was so certain that she would win the EC vote that she chose to ignore visiting key Electoral College states like Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. With all the intellectual and financial resources available to her, she should have campaigned in such a manner as to assure victory in those states. She chose not to. More importantly, her message was unappealing to the voters. Have you noticed how the stock market is reacting to the Trump victory? Supervisor deplores some Trump comments about women, but I don't recall him condemning Hollywood movies that are laced with vulgar language, explicit sex scenes, and deplorable treatment of women. Supervisor chooses to ignore the fact that Trump won more votes from women, Latinos, blacks than Romney won in 2012. And key advisors include members from the LGBTQ community, women, blacks. He also ignores the fact that Trump is selecting women and blacks for his cabinet, and in selecting cabinet candidates, he looks for the best person to help America thrive, irrespective of skin color or gender. In other words, he promotes equal opportunity over equal results. He looks for those who can transcend entrenched bureaucracy and deliver promised results and help all Americans to thrive. He also promises, most importantly, to uphold the rule of law, like protecting our borders. All Americans support legal immigration, condoning condoning illegal immigration is a slap in the face to those who follow our rules. And this proposed resolution is a slap in the face of those who obey the law. I respectfully urge the supervisors to reject the proposed resolution. There's more like that. It is a couple local politicians looking for their 15 minutes of fame, I guess. They're outright calling for breaking federal law. And that's what these colleges and these liberals are doing. What laws will they want to ignore next? What constitution, what amendments will they want to ignore next? Because that's what they're doing. They're raising a bunch of people. Yeah, it might just be immigration right now. But what's the next law that they find doesn't match up with their values and they're going to want to ignore? How about the rape epidemic that's going on in Europe from the Muslims? Are they going to find that, well, that's their culture, we're just going to ignore it? How about the fact that if we have, well, that was a murder because it was just against a Christian. It's no big deal. We'll just ignore it. Right now they might be far-fetched. Down the road they may not. And that's what the Democrats are building us up for. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I'm trying to make sense out of this senseless. Yes, getting a little froggy in my throat. And I started that whole resolution thing because of the fake news. And now we're going to continue with the hoaxes that have been perpetuated onto the United States. The media loves to go about reporting when someone claims they were attacked by a Trump supporter. The media plasters it. What they're not plastering all over is that a large majority of those accusations are being proven to be hoaxes. A New York City Muslim has been arrested after claiming an attack by Trump supporters. The Muslim woman who drummed up mainstream media hysteria claiming she was attacked on a New York City subway by President-elect Donald Trump supporters is now under arrest for fabricating the hate crime and filing a false police report. Yasmin Seaweed, 18, has been charged by the New York City Police Department filing a fraudulent police report after she claimed Trump supporters called her a terrorist and attempted to pull her headpiece off, the New York Daily News reported. A source with the New York Daily News said that stood by her story until NYPD continued to press her on the matter after finding no evidence that the attack occurred. She admitted that she had fabricated the story, claiming she had family problems. This isn't something we normally like to do, but she had numerous opportunities to admit nothing happened, and she kept sticking by her story. We dedicated a lot of resources to this, and don't get me wrong, this is what we do. But we had guys going back and forth looking for video and witnesses, and we couldn't find anything. She claimed in a Facebook post that Trump supporters yelled, "Look, it's a fucking terrorist. Get the hell out of the country, and you don't belong here." She also blamed New York City residents for the phony attack, falsely claiming that it breaks my heart that so many individuals chose to be bystanders while watching me get harassed verbally and physically by these disgusting pigs. When she alleged that the Trump supporter attack happened, the mainstream media, including the New York Daily News and BuzzFeed, jumped on the story to report it as fact. Seems every day, at least once a week now, I'm reporting on these fake stories that the mainstream media jumps all over. I had a goddamn piece of shit liberal professor plastering these all over my Twitter. I don't see him retracting his stories. What is it? He goes to that Southern poverty law. Hang on. And they got this list of all these hate crimes that are happening. And ones that are being perpetuated in the name of Trump. But I don't see, and I'm on their site right now, where it says that these were live. They said that there's 867 incidents of hateful harassment. But I don't see retractions. There's your fake news for you, media. Don't see no one calling out this Southern poverty law. And yes, these articles that this one I talked about and the next one have been listed in these articles for Southern poverty law. Southern poverty law is the arm of the liberals. And several of their articles even say, this is the scary part, they even admit that a lot of them are unfounded and can't be verified. But I don't hear the left bitching about their fake news that they're promoting. They keep pushing it. But I never hear a retraction. It's... I'm just floored. And there is, I touched on it last night. Here in Florida, Volusia County, a 27-year-old male is under arrest. He threw a brick through his ex-girlfriend's car window, dumped gasoline on it, or in it, and then set it ablaze. He wrote notes with, Trump and KKK and all this other crap. The typical bullshit. Then when he was arrested for it, well, he was arrested because he had a warrant out for his... when he was released the next morning, he abruptly disappeared, and a note was sent to his family that said he had been kidnapped, and if they wanted to see him alive, well, no, they would never see him alive. I'm sorry. He was found shortly thereafter at a local Burger King where he admitted to faking and setting the car on fire. So forth. It just amazes me. These stories are happening way too often. But the media keeps going on that it's Trump being divisive and hateful. The only one I see being divisive and hateful is the liberals. Their true side, the radicalism is showing. And I honestly believe more people are waking up to it. And don't give me that. He lost the popular vote. Just because the Democrats get so cocky and they forget what they're doing, that's your problem. Oh, and right now, 59% polled are hopeful about Trump's presidency. The more people see about his work, his proposals and everything, the more they're becoming hopeful. And this is what the Democrats are afraid of. It's outnumbered on right now, and it's funny they got Megyn Kelly on it. That I find extremely funny because seems they're trying to resurrect her career. And yes, her career's in trouble. Same shit. But yeah, this man, it's... And there's been so many others. There was another woman that claimed that her headpiece was ripped off and she was attacked. I think it was Texas it happened. Oh, yeah, it never happened. And just one by one, a church was burned down with Trump written all over it. And it was a liberals. Just keeps going on and on and on and on. The liberals are a violent group. And they think just by pointing their finger, everybody's going to buy into it. The American people aren't buying into the bullshit, and that's, I'm proud. And I still laugh because the majority of the people that I talk to that are, libs burn our church. It seems like the majority of the Hillary supporters are not in the United States. A majority of the Obama supporters that I talk to are not in the United States. And it's funny how they keep telling me how I have to vote in the United States, but they don't want foreign interference. Think about that. Foreigners are telling me how to vote in the United States when it comes to voting for Obama and Hillary, but they don't want foreign intervention into the United States when it comes to Trump. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back. Whoops, wrong button. Wrong button. I'm going to shut the broadcast off.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. And we also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet. Via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop from a stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mud Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. How's everybody doing today? Hopefully good. Hopefully good. Let's see. Where are we? Oh! More fake news. Climate scientists are saving data. They're backing up all their global warming data because Trump is going to make it disappear. Oh, my God. Talk about fear-mongering. I doubt Trump's going to have anything destroyed. I like seeing that data because it shows the misleading and false story of climate change. Actually, no, climate change is real because, in effect, weather changes, the climate changes. It's what it does. It's supposed to. We're not getting warmer. I heard how this year would be the hottest year. I've heard that for how many years now? And every year, oh, well, the data was wrong. I didn't carry the one. There was a mistake, and, yeah. They have tried multiple years twisting the data, and every time they get caught, and then it's the next year is going to be the hottest year. Then the next year is going to be the hottest year, and it never is. All the experts I'm seeing are saying we're looking for a cold year, and we're looking at one of the coldest winters we've had. Tell you what, Ed, I've even said I would like to see some really cold weather here, like 30s for a week here in Florida. I wouldn't mind it. I'll take the pain. Just for the simple fact that we got invasive species in this state that can't take the cold weather. It would kill them off. Or at least. It would shrink their population. I'm not into frivolously killing animals, but we have an invasive species of pythons here in Florida that are thriving, that are not meant to be here, and they're killing other species that are meant to be here in Florida. That's where I'm talking about. And I would love to see that's where I'd love to see them killed off. Let me see something. But they're killing off. This bullshit fake news is just that. Fake news. The other thing I'm hearing is, about Trump. Substantial number of senators are now open to replacing Obamacare. Here's the thing. President-elect Trump says that they have another plan that they'll put in place. They're not taking health care away from anybody, but they have to change this disastrous system. I believe they're going to remove the requirement that you have to buy insurance and all that, which is not a bad thing. And they're going to allow the insurances to go over. Basically, Obamacare is still going to be there. But they're going to take away some of the requirements, some of the restrictions. They're not taking away, and all the Republicans agree on you can keep the insurance up to 26 years old. The pre-existing condition law will stay in effect. They're not dismantling the whole thing. And that's the fear-mongering that's going on. Oh, my God. Enough. They're going to fix what the hell's going on. From this disastrous monstrosity. I don't know. I don't understand where the fight is and where the issue is. Just, they're not going to take insurance away from people. Oh, and they're all upset because, oh my God, he's talking about changing up how things are done in the White House press. It's okay, Obama change things, stop reporters. That's okay, but Trump's not going to do things the normal way. Oh my God, it's the end of the world. It just shows the double standard and the absolute disgust. And the fear-mongering that goes on. I thought we sent our kids to school to become smarter, not a bunch of dumbasses. Well, students at Ohio State University where they just had that terrorist attack. They have added the terrorist name to a list of individuals of colors who have been wrongly killed by law enforcement officers over the past 2 months. This terrorist used his car as a weapon, then got out, pulled a fire alarm, and started stabbing people. Then was shot by a police officer to save their life. Has been added to a list and said that he was killed wrongly and killed because of his skin color. Students gathered in front of the Thompson Library last week to commemorate the death of the assailant in the recent Ohio State University attack, which led to nearly a dozen people being sent to the hospital. A junior at the university attacked community members with his car and knife before he was ultimately shot and killed by a university police officer. A professor in the English department for that university claimed she understood why the terrorist was moved to commit an act of violence. Those in attendance said they do not condone his actions, but some said they have compassion for the attacker because he feels anxiety because he's a Muslim and how they're perceived. Yeah, so he went and did exactly how he's the perception that he was complaining about. He just made it true. He just strengthened that perception that he was complaining about. He just made that complaint the truth. And we have professors that are trying to make these terrorists look like they're the victims. That just is absolute sick. At the end of the event, the student organizers encouraged students to attend a rally against President-elect Donald Trump, who was scheduled to visit the campus to visit with the victims of the attack later in the week. He's there to meet the victims, and this group wants to protest that. I'm at a loss for words. I really am. It's this stupidity that is going to be the downfall. I know that Trump's done more for victims, and he hasn't even taken office, than the actual president of the United States has done for the victims. That's the scary part. He's contacted police departments and the victims' families of slain police officers. I understand he's not going to be able to do that for every single one. But he has done more for law enforcement in under a month than Obama did in 8 years. I'm flabbergasted. I really am. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show, also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Now, Brownells, we know you may have only one shot to harvest that trophy, so we have thousands of accessories and replacement parts to improve your chances. We know how much you love to shoot, so our gunsmiths articles and videos will help you do more and get more out of your guns. We also value your hard work and money. That's why only Brownells backs up everything we sell with a 100% unconditional lifetime guarantee. Brownells, the world's largest supplier of firearm accessories and gunsmithing tools.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's big-footed enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to Ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cough for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I've heard these incidents happening multiple times. You get filmmakers that either A, want to prove that there's no such thing as a no-go, and that Muslims are peaceful, and all that happy horse crap. So a Jewish-American documentary maker went to Stockholm, Sweden, into a quote-unquote no-go zone. Well, he went in there, Husby area of Stockholm, to film a documentary about the effect of high immigration in Switzerland, or Sweden, whatever. And in particular, to determine whether reports that no-go zones had sprung up in the city could be verified. Well, it was verified. He was immediately met by a gang of Muslim men, which told the crew they're not to film. Which crew then took off running, leaving the documentary maker behind, and he was mic'd up, where he was then immediately assaulted, punched, kicked, choked, while bystanders watched and did nothing. Now, these bystanders are fellow Muslims. They stood by and did nothing. He told them, I'm not filming. They didn't care. It was a no-go. He was then dragged into a building where he said he could only think of the reason was they were going to kill him. Why else would they beat him out in public, then drag him into a private building? He said they ran off when a door opened up. You can't make this up, people. These no-go zones are popping up all over Florida. You have, as I talked about earlier, in Britain, you have these Muslims that are holding rallies and protests. And they want a caliphate. In other words, they want to break off sections of England and it become a Muslim country. And this is what's coming to the United States, people. We're 5 to 10 years behind what's going on in England and Europe. We already see some of that starting to happen here in the United States. There's sections in the United States that are considered no-go zones. It's not as prevalent, not as bad. I don't know. I can't understand why these liberals are so open to an invasion. These people don't want to come here for the betterment of their lives. They're not coming here to integrate. They're coming here because it's an invasion. It's not that I don't like Muslims. I really couldn't give a shit what religion you follow. I don't. I don't give a crap. But when your actions are like this, your actions are for something other than what's better for the country. And they talk about you can't have a living test. You can't have a test. Yes, you can. Because when you talk about immigration, you have to agree that you're coming here and you agree to our Constitution. You agree that is the highest power law. And these people are not doing that. And I can't understand where the liberals ignore all that. Then again, I can't understand these cities are ignoring federal laws and encouraging illegal immigration into this country. And then they get upset when President-elect Trump says you lose federal funding for breaking federal laws. And they get all upset about it. And they don't want law enforcement to cooperate with federal immigration. But then when shit hits this fan, they want the help of the federal government. Oh, man, I had to sneeze. I swear I think I'm getting sick now all of a sudden. I can feel like a little stuffy in the nose. I'm going, shit. It boggles my mind. It really does. Why? I cannot believe that they turn their back on their country. And it's not just here in the United States. It's happening all over. Top Arab journalist. Iran, Al-Qaeda, and Muslim Brotherhood angered by Trump's election. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Oh. The Cleveland Indians are now starting to phase out the Chief Wahoo logo on their uniforms. Really? It's just never ending. The destruction of everything that's been America. Oh, and the question also is, because pretty much everything in Jill Stein's recount is pretty much done and over with. So that $7.4 million, sorry, 7.3 that she raised. There's questions about it. And the group which claims costs associated with the recount hit $7.4 million. But when they started breaking everything down, it really didn't add up. $1 million went to consultants and staff. $212,500 for staff. Consultants pocketed $364,000. Administrative expenses such as travel costs, $353,618, for a grand total of $930,118 was used to pay consultant, staff, and administrative costs. Filing fees in the three states ran roughly $4,488,939. Wisconsin filing fees totaled $3,499,689. Pennsylvania fees were $16,000, and Michigan filing fees ran the group $973,250. Legal expenses cost the group $1.6 million. And for what? Trump gained 127 votes in Wisconsin. And that says it all. It gave some jobs to a few people for a little while. And lastly, Eric Erickson, Mr. Never Trumper, came out and said that he's going to give Trump a chance and that he's not a sellout. And he wrote this big article that says, Scripture teaches us that when pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom. During the 2016 election, I was adamantly opposed to Donald Trump. Much of the media cited a piece I wrote in mid-February, planting my flag against Trump as one of the majority pieces to spark the Never Trump movement. I wrote in that piece that if the GOP went with Trump, that the party was not only going to lose the White House, but see devastation down ballot. All the polling showed it. The polling had been right during the primaries. I don't see that. Trump was the one guy consistently ahead in the polls and the one guy who consistently could not beat Hillary. The general election polling showed the same. I and the polling were completely wrong. So were a lot of other people. After the election, I wrote that those of us who were so completely wrong about the election should exercise some humility. If we got that much wrong, the odds are we got a lot of other stuff wrong too. Consequently, I thought the day after the election and still think that we owe Donald Trump the benefit of the doubt. This does not mean I am now on the Trump team. I still have concerns about Trump, but I see a number of friends and fellow Never-Trumpers opposed to each and everything Trump does and each and every appointment Trump makes. Anyone in the sphere of president-elect must be corrupt and crooked. Anyone seeking a job should be shunned. I find that all non-central. Central. I can't say the damn word. Donald Trump is the president-elect in the United States. Instead of demanding people stay away from him or casting aspersions on those who would work for him, we should all encourage good people to help the future president. He will be our president, not just their president. And he keeps going on. I give him credit for stepping up and admitting. It takes a big man to do that. I can understand he still wants to have his reservations. I am a Trump supporter. I have been from pretty much the beginning. I have reservations. I have reservations about anybody I don't know. I don't know the man personally, so I can't tell you exactly everything he thinks. So I'll always keep him at arm's distance. And with that, that's the end of the show. Flies by. It flies by. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. for the Reaver of Common Sense. Have a great day, everybody. Be safe. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.